You're about to witness the power of property. We're going to tell you some secret stories of what we see when people buy and how easy they do when buying a property, a little one, a studio, that not everyone wants, but how well people do from it. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning.
Morning, Billy. The young man, the old man stuck in a young man's body. Billy
I'm calling,
Drury, expert.
I'm calling myself the experienced studio negotiator this morning. I've had the
Un-
privilege
Uncle Billy.
of selling 8 apartments in 2 years in this fabulous building. I started selling in here 2023, coming into sales, and just exchanged my 8th studio.
Unbelievable. Who wants a studio? Nobody wants a studio. Why would you buy a studio? Do studios go up? Can you rent studios? Studio.
Studios, like that's the questions we get. The questions
Yeah.
actually come more from really like the parents, people maybe like yourself that come through with the daughter or the son that are trying to buy their first place, and they're
Yes.
like, no, we don't look at studios. 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, two bedrooms are the only ones that get capital growth, and it's like you've got to sometimes look at the numbers and make that decision once you've had a look at the facts, because these have done exceptionally well.
Must be nice if you got $1 million as a first home buyer, but what if you don't in
Yeah,
our
that's
area?
right. That's right. But you've been selling these a lot longer. So take us back to the off the plan days, because this building behind us in DY, Maramba Road, Osprey building for the locals that know it. You sold all of these brand new.
400 grand a pop. 400 grand a
400.
pop. 400 grand. And that was what? Oh, 2019, 2018.
Yeah.
2000, and they were 400 grand a pop, and they were and in anyone's world, 400,000 for a property is cheap, was cheap. And it felt like time just goes so quickly, like look how quick this year's gone. But when I look back at that when I was selling those, I'm like, we were just taking orders, just like, people like, yep, done, 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 done. And then
Mm.
these studios pretty much have paid their way the whole way. So if you borrowed 90%, 80%, 100% on buying the studio, it paid
Mm.
itself off the whole way. Like you didn't have to top up your mortgage. You didn't have to pay strata, water, council. It was positively geared the whole way.
Which
It's
is
nuts.
phenomenal. And
Nuts.
and it's the reason they continue to sell so well, because they're so well balanced on cash flow that for a first home buyer, I've just sold one. It cost them on a 5% deposit, only a 5% deposit,
Yeah.
$89 a week to hold the property. And that's paying all their
Wow.
outgoing and mortgage. That's on a
That's
5%
paying.
deposit.
It's a 5%. So this is one that you just sold. So the one that you just sold that you rented for how much?
Yeah, $650 a week. We've just rented one of these for.
What'd you
Then I
sell it
just sold
for?
630,000.
Far out. So it's costing $89 a week. Is it? What about? And then you get the tax depreciation, don't you?
Yeah, that's factored in. Before tax depreciation, it was a
Eighty
little
nine
bit
bucks
more.
a week, and you can own a
Yeah,
property. Now, if this goes up, so these hypothetically went up what 250 grand. In
yeah.
that period, they went up 50% on their value. These properties. So if this does the same thing again over the next 5 years, 50% of its value, this thing's going to cost you $89 a week. And if it follows its trend of what property's done the last 30, 40, 50 years, then it's going to make you $300,000 and cost you $89 a week.
It's incredible. And The
It's
thing that I do find received really well is, as you can see from these photos, it doesn't also need any money spent on it. So the kitchens and bathrooms are, being very, very well maintained because they're a studio as well. They don't get heaps of wear and tear, so they've actually kept nicely along the way. And then when when you get to the point of just doing even a refresh on carpet and paint, it's good to go again.
true. It's true. I cannot believe that these do. And everyone's going to go, yeah, 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 of course, yeah, it must be nice, yeah, yeah, so easy. But literally, I've had two family members in the last week or two buy some of these, not particularly in this building, but in the area.
Mm.
Um, I'm consuming it. We're consuming it. Agents are consuming it. It is good. They are good. So what people may do, Billy, is they may not buy in the northern beaches, which is proven track record, good property, good performance, and they
Mm.
may take that 500 grand and go, look, I'm going to go buy in Melbourne because I can get a two better for that price.
Yep, we do see it
Golden mistake,
all the time.
golden mistake, golden mistake. It's like just wearing the sloppy jumper because it's comfortable. Don't do it.
We do see it all the time, and when it's in the northern beaches and you're from the northern beaches, you know the northern beaches, so you master the area that you're buying in, and so here it will continue to rent well. The property manager you appoint, you get to know them, they get to know you and the property, and
Yeah.
so you build this little community around to help with the purchase. Really important, really important. And the
I
reason
think a
they're
lot of
renting, so I just want to add, is because they're that bit newer than everything else, and they're not small. They're 65 square meters on title, so it's the exact same as a one bedroom. They're really good size.
Yeah, when you include the parking, when you include the balcony, when you include the internal, they're happy little fellas. And
Yep.
not only that, they're very efficiently planned. So there's no sort of wasted. If you're like a floor plate of 60 meters squared that's got wasted areas, or a floor plate of 60 which is super efficient, it's a
Mm.
completely different unit. You're getting a completely different unit. So these are well planned units. So I think the moral of the story today is studios okay. Studios do perform well. Studios do rent well. I think the story of today is um, they will be heroes for first home buyers. They will be heroes for investments. We've got every example of one on the northern beaches has been a hero. There's been no duds or good buildings or bad buildings. All the studios have done well. It's funny, Billy. I didn't even hear about funding. Funding normally has been harder for studios over the last historically 10 or 20 years, but these days I hear they just straight through.
Yeah, and there is a couple of different variations of the studio. Most of the ones in Australia, in the building behind me, they're over 40 square meters internal, which makes it a lot easier for lending. But I think you just need a good broker these days, and they get through it. There's
They
enough
know.
evidence. Well, there's enough evidence there to support the valuation now. They've been selling a very good product for, over 5 years, and I think that has probably shifted the bank's attitude as well. There is enough data there now where it's no longer a guessing game. Whereas maybe when you were selling them off the plan, it was harder. They were justifying the size, and there was not much to compare it to.
And don't make the mistake. Don't make the mistake of buying in a silly area because it's a two bed. Say if you can find a studio for 630 like in this one, and you're a Northern Beaches person, and then you can find a two-bedroom apartment in a area like Westmead, or out of New South Wales, and you think, oh, I can buy for 650, I can buy a two-bedroom for that price. You've made a mistake. I think you should be first of all in love with the area should be a proven track record area. Not
Mm.
don't You're buying location, you're not buying floor plans. Be careful about that. be careful about that. I'd always go for a good location over a good floor plan.
Yeah. There you go. Signing off.
Thank you, Billy Bob. Have a lovely day, everyone.
See you
Happy
later.
Monday.